Hello Outlanders, and welcome to the first update video for the Elden Scrolls project. In today's demo, I'm going to be doing some of the main quest and showing off a bunch of the features we've implemented over the past month or so. I will also be asking for some volunteers as well because, damn, this project has hands. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We are on a fresh character here, currently in the debug room. This is an auto-generated area that acts as a warp zone that'll take you to pretty much any major city that you want. So we're going to go ahead and head to Seyda to start the game. Alright, so here we are at the start of the game in Seyda. Currently the character creation quest does not compile, as Elden Ring character creation happens before the game even starts, but we don't actually need that quest to start the game. All we have to do is grab the scroll here off the table and head over to Celis Gravius. And also, let's grab Fargoth's ring while we're at it.
Your papers, please.
Now the first thing to notice here is that in this version, the implementation for NPCs is almost already at full parity to Morrowind. It's never going to be exactly 100% accurate, but as it currently stands, it does everything it should. And additionally, the program is generating text-to-speech voices for all the characters. This is a temporary measure. I just needed some placeholder dialogue to test everything out and make sure it was working. So now that we've handed over our papers, we now have our orders and a package to deliver to Caius Casatus. And as you could probably tell, items are now partially implemented into the game. The item code is the newest addition so far, so it's not finished. And as it currently stands, we are only generating the items that are referenced by script data so that we can compile the script data correctly. But even with this basic implementation, it actually works super well. And just to show that in action, we picked up Fargoth's ring a moment ago, and we can now choose to return it to him if we want. We will of course do this because this is objectively the most important quest in the entire game.
Are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? You found it? Amazing. Thank you, thank you. You are now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Aril who runs the trade house here. Go see him, he'll be happy to see you now.
Doing this quest actually maxes out Fargoth's disposition with us, which you can see here in the persuasion menu. All the speechcraft options are implemented, but they are currently all just a static 50-50 chance. In the future, I'm planning to tie all speechcraft stuff to the arcane stat and rename the arcane stat to charisma. It will of course retain all of its normal Elden Ring effects, but it will also act as a stand-in for the personality-based skills in Morrowind. Everything from disposition modifiers to the cost of items in shops. And actually, on the note of items, one of the jobs that we need a volunteer for the project is item remapping. A lot of items like books, keys, and potions can be fully generated from data, but the majority of them are going to need to be remapped manually through a system I've developed, which is basically just a JSON file with a list of Morrowind items and IDs that point to Elden Ring items that it should link to. Doing this for the whole game is going to be a fairly time-consuming process, and it has to be done, so if someone wants to volunteer to work on that, I will give you the beautiful job title of the world's only JSON enjoyer. Alright, so back on the topic of the main quest, we need to head to Balmora, and the fastest way there is going to be a Silt Strider, but we are completely broke, so we're going to need to get some cash. So here's a great opportunity to show off another feature I've implemented. Crime. So here we are in Aril's trade house. As you can see, there's a lot of valuable items just all over the shop, but we can't pick any of them up. That is because they are owned by Aril, and taking them would be stealing. So in order to take them, we have to crouch. Now they all show up as items we can take. The reason I did this was to prevent accidental thefts. It would be way too easy to accidentally pick up items when you're trying to talk to someone or use a door because of the way that Elden Ring does prompts for interactions. And additionally, also just because the glowy effect on every freaking item in the room is kind of distracting, and I thought it would look nicer if it only showed item pickups when you are crouching and intending to steal something. Anyways, though, I don't really want to steal anything here because it would aggro everyone in the room, but what I can try to do is stealthily pickpocket someone to make some money. Currently, pickpocket is just a 50-50 roll, but In the future, I'll use a real check that takes the player's stats into account.
You can't escape.
Oh dear. It looks like my pickpocket attempt did not work. I'm going to go ahead and just flee. So I now have a bounty on my head, and in order to get rid of that, I need to go turn myself into a guard. In the future, guards will chase you down, but I can't make that work until we have nav meshes. So right now, they just force greet you if you get close enough to them.
You violated the law. %PC name. But you don't have...
And if you try to run away right now by just like walking away, they will of course become aggressive and attack you. Instead, I'm going to just choose to go to jail. At the moment, go to jail does not actually send you to jail. It simply resets aggro and removes your bounty. In the future, it will actually put you in jail, and there will likely be some kind of penalty for that. But for the moment...
Then you must serve a sentence of hard labor. Serve your time peaceably, and pay your debt to society.
It simply leaves you right here after you turn yourself in. And we are now a free man once again. And as a free man, let's go ahead and move on to our next best feature, today's sponsor. Do you like energy and drinking? Well, damn, that is crazy because strafeenergy.com, you won't believe this, they make drinks that contain energy. Absolutely fucking mental. You know, hey, jokes aside, they make some pretty damn tasty flavors. I'm pretty sure half of the code base for this project has been fueled by the Thigh Crusher watermelon flavor. It is just peak, man. They sent me a container of it to try it out before taking a sponsorship, and I used the whole thing. And thankfully, it's a well-balanced energy drink, and it's not overloaded with caffeine like a lot of other energy drinks out there, so you can just enjoy it and not have to worry about giving yourself a heart attack. And here is the best bit of this. They said if this sponsorship works out well for us, they'll let me name a flavor for them in the future. I'm currently leaning towards Fentanyl Punch right now, but I could also be persuaded to go with Tide Pod Medley. So yeah, go check them out, strafeenergy.com, link in the description, ad over. Alright, so since we learned crime doesn't pay earlier, let's go ahead and just sell all of our worldly possessions to the shop in order to make enough money to get to Satanin.
Welcome, that's free.
That should probably be enough. Alright, now that I have some money, I can hire this silt strider to take me to Balmora.
This is the seaport village of Satanin. Outlander, tell me your destination, if you're looking for or if you're new to Satanin or if you want someone in particular.
And alright, so here we are in Balmora. Now while I head over to Caius Cassad's, let's talk about some important points in the development process right now. So just real quick, the C0 issue has been solved by a modder named Tom, who is an absolute legend, so that is no longer a major concern for this project. We also have a decent number of artists working on cool stuff for the enemy and armor redesigns, but we could always use more people, so feel free if you want to join up to help out with that. Then on the navmesh side, we have not really made much progress. That issue is currently our biggest roadblock, and in some ways it's probably the only thing holding us back from finishing this project in the long term. It's the only thing on the project that I don't know what the solution is going to look like, and there is a chance we just don't solve it. Hopefully, it will be fine. I think it's possible. I still believe we can get this done, but that is the one thing that worries me, and that's pretty much the only thing that worries me at this point. Alright, so now here we are at Caius' house. Let's go ahead and hand over the package and get our orders. A fun little thing some Morrowind experts might notice here is Caius does not recommend we go join a guild and get experience. This is because in Morrowind you start at level 1, and he checks to see what level you are before giving you your orders. In Elden Ring, the starting classes are at around level 10, so when his script checks my level, he thinks I'm a strong, independent Nerevarine who doesn't need no man, but I'm actually still just a starting class. I think I'm going to fix this in the future. I may just change it so that the starting classes are actually level 1. And I'll probably also scale the level check since a level in Morrowind is a lot bigger deal than a level in Elden Ring. But that's a fix for the future, and I'm not worrying about it right now. Anyways, he's sending us to Hasfat, so let's head that way. Skipping forward a bit, we talk to Hasfat, who asks us to go to Arkenthund to pick up a Dwemer puzzle box. He really wants that cube, he just needs it, so we're off to Arkenthund to go find it. And he'll actually give us really nice directions to Arkenthund, but we don't need them because, well, you can kind of just see it over there. It's right there, guys. We're going that way. So we're off to Arkenthund. So while we march on over there to get some cube, I want to put out another call for volunteers. we really need some experienced Morrowind modders to do some contributions to the project. I recently added both DLC and partial mod support to Jortpop. The reason for this, though, is not because I wanted to support mods, which I do, but because we need a compatibility patch made. So far, I've implemented a pretty large chunk of the Morrowind papyrus commands into the script compiler. But there are a few things that I know for certain are never going to work properly in Elden Ring. I'll spare you the extreme technical detail, but the gist of this is that Elden Ring uses unsigned integer values for its scripting language, and Morrowind uses signed integer values. This means that any script that purposely uses negative numbers for its calculations will not behave correctly in Elden Ring. It will effectively just do random shit. We are going to need a compatibility patch made to rewrite scripts that use negative numbers, floating point values, and a few specific papyrus commands to make them work properly in Elden Ring. From what I can tell, this is not going to be a huge problem. A lot of the game already works perfectly fine, as you can tell, but there are definitely some scripts in this game that are going to need to be rewritten. So if there's anyone out there who wants to help out with the project and has some experience with Papyrus script or just wants to learn about it, your job title, if you should take this job, will be the Master of Unsigning Integers. Alright, so sorry for that long tangent. Here's our cube. We hand it over to Hazfat, and he, of course, hands back the notes for Caius that Caius wants. So next we give Caius the notes, and he sends us off to talk to the orc whose name I can't pronounce. She asks us to go get a skull from a tomb because she's a bit of a freak like that, and we head over to the tomb. Eventually, after searching for a little bit, we find the skull and grab it, and then I think I'm going to call it here. The next stage of this quest is to go to Vivek and find the informants, which, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't want to get called out for being a fake fan, but navigating Vivek is hard. I can't do it. So, yeah, that's where we're going to stop for this video. But for those of you wondering about how far in the game you could actually get right now, I'm not sure, but fairly far, I'd imagine. The script compiler is not fully finished, but I have implemented a lot of the really common calls of the Papyrus language. So you can actually do a lot of quests right now perfectly fine. But every once in a while you'll run into a quest that requires a very specific Papyrus command that currently is a no-op, and it just breaks. I haven't tested everything yet because there's just too much to test, but for example, the Fighters Guild, I actually managed to get like 5 quests into the Fighters Guild with no trouble, and ranked up like 2 or 3 times. It works really well. I'm actually really happy with the progress we've made in such a short amount of time since the last video. And one of the things I'm really considering right now is, once I get a bit more of the script compiling working, I'm probably going to call on people to do alpha testing. And the alpha testing will just be, I want people to do every quest with every outcome and make a list of every quest that works and every quest that's broken and where it's broken and what's broken. And then from there, I can fix any remaining issues. And at a certain point, we should be able to just say every quest works without too much trouble, I hope. I don't know when we're going to start that testing, but I'm going to estimate probably December. It's hard to say. I've got a lot of stuff coming up in the next few months, but that is the plan. And as for enemy and NPC design, I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing girl woman everywhere. We can't really work on that until we have nav meshes done because AI just doesn't work without nav meshes. So that's where that's at. And oh, and just some last calls for volunteers. We need someone to create the face and body data for the different races. I have set up the systems behind them, but I need someone to do the art part of this, of making all the different faces and face params. And if you take this job, your name will be CEO of Race. Oh, and we could also use some more coders as well. There's tons of stuff in this project that needs attention for coders that I'm too busy. Like I am the man making all the new stuff work, and I need people cleaning up my fucking messes behind me, because there's lots of stuff that's really janky and just needs assistance. If you're interested in doing that, it's an open GitHub project. You are welcome to put pull requests up. We talk about it in the code section of the Discord all the time, so join up if you're interested. And yeah, I think that wraps it up. I don't know when the next update video will be out, but hopefully it won't be too long from now. Big thanks to all of the wonderful people in the Discord helping to contribute to the project and making this dream a reality, I guess. So, have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.
Stupid.